Hey garden friends, welcome on back. Today we are going to jumpstart the year by talking about winter sowing and how you can do it several different ways. So, well, a few different ways. How's that? So let's get rolling. So why am I doing this now? Winter sowing is typically done after winter solstice. This is December 9th, but I wanted you to be able to get a head start because you'll need to collect some containers if that's the route you're going to go, or buy these other things that I'm going to share with you. If you don't have some already, you may have some already. Now, one thing that's important to note is you do not have to buy seed starting mix specifically, because I have a whole video, and I'll link it up here, on me comparing using potting soil and seed starting mix and show you how it worked out. Now, why not use seed starting mix? Number one, because of cost. You can buy a potting soil very inexpensively, and you could use that very, very well. Now, some people will add some additional slow release fertilizer, but that's not absolutely necessary, because I go ahead after the new plants have gotten their first set of true leaves, I start using a organic liquid fertilizer that feeds them very well. So adding in a slow release is really just an added expense that isn't necessary for me. So yes, different types of winter sowing. Now, I have shared videos, and I will link them up here as well as in the description box below. I also have blog posts on my blog all about winter sowing and how I do that. There are a few different methods, and there's many, many containers that you can use. I have a blog post and maybe a video, I'm not sure about that one, on my favorite, why I have a favorite container to use as a winter sowing container. And that would be milk jugs. Now, the milk jugs I like because they are translucent, not transparent. Transparent ones can allow too much sun through, and you could scorch your plants, whereas the translucent diffuses the direct sun somewhat. I really recommend you go and watch the different videos I already have of winter sowing and what works the best, how you should treat the plants once they start, the sun starts shining. There's different tips and tricks, because a lot of people will struggle with it and say it didn't work for me or whatever, and they could be making some major mistakes. And that being said, I have another video on mistakes you may be making in winter sowing that causes you to fail or something like that. I will also link that here for you to go ahead and watch, because there's a lot of information there that we're not going to cover today, because I wanted to show you another alternative that I'm using this year. And let's go on out to the garden and I will show you what that is. Right here we have the raised bed that we're going to use as our nursery bed for this type of winter sowing. Right now I have the starts. These are the cuttings of roses I started this last summer, and I was just going to leave them in here to overwinter, but now I've decided to use this as a nursery bed for some winter sowing, and I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to do that. Now, these can go up into this bed for now. This had been filled up almost to the top, and the bottom layer was a bunch of debris, garden debris, logs, etc., and it has cooked down over the last 2 years to now where it's almost down to here. That's okay. You always want to add more, so having it sink down is just fine. As well as, I'm thinking about moving that one. Yeah, it's kind of not utilizing the space well enough, because going behind the little bespoke greenhouse is not great. Now, normally I don't pull the roots out of plants. I cut the plants off, but I didn't bring my cutters. So that was a pepper in there. Looks like it might still be alive. We'll see if I can plant it in a pot and see how it does. This is obedient plant, and I don't know where it came from. It just came up in this bed this summer. So I'm just going to straighten out this bed, layer it level. It's all unlevel because the chickens were in here digging around when I let them free range the other day. And this looks like it might be a peach tree, and I don't want a peach tree in here. So I'm going to dig that out and get this ready. Probably rooted well below that. Okay, it's doing pretty good. So I can pot this up too, and put that and see if it does grow into a peach tree. So yeah, a lot of pine needles in here. This was a basil plant. There's a strawberry there. I'll leave that there. And this strawberry's dead. So yeah. You know, I could leave the obedient plant there. It's not going to be in the way. So I'm just going to get my rake this level, and then it'll be ready. I'll add the compost to it. So I actually can rake this from here. Now I'm not too worried about some of the leaves and the pine needles in there. They'll be fine. I just want to level this out a bit more. And then I will add the compost. I can get up here and level a little bit more with my hands. Pull up some of the excess pine needles. Pine needles take a little while to break down, so I'll leave them over there on that area as mulch. Like I said, this piece of basil stem that's got roots in it in the ground here, I'll just leave. Okay, so I'm going to add the compost, give it a little bit more richness. Level it out. Now, I'll see how far. This is going to be my cover to make this into a little greenhouse. So this will go on here. I will put the seeds within the greenhouse area, and that will be my winter sowing technique for this year rather than all of the milk jugs. Now, I told myself I wasn't going to start that many seeds this year. There's just going to be specific ones that I want because I have tons that have reseeded themselves in my garden. I have tons more I can throw out in the gardens and just let them come up. We've had a very mild fall. Still, this is the 9th of December, and we're supposed to get some major rains this week, and that will rein a lot of things in. Now, I'm not ready to seed this today. I just wanted to show you how I was going to get it done. And when I do seed it, I will let you know. Now, there's two ways I could do it. And one is I could put them in the small pots. I have the pots from Bootstrap Farmer. And I could put the soil and the seeds in that and sink those down into this soil, then put the lid on it. The second thing I do is put them right in the soil and then prick them out when they're at a stage where I can transplant them. Now I make sure I start seeds that can be transplanted easy, but I will sow them with space between them. And if I do the little pots, the benefit of the little pots in the soil is they, when I go to pull them out, most of the roots are in that container. There might be some that go down through the bottom, but that's okay. Pulling them out of here would not be a big deal. Now, this here will help to heat the soil a little bit more. Now, if I covered this completely, like with a hoop or something like that, and covered it with plastic, that would work even better. And I have grown lettuce like through the winter and whatever doing that. I just don't have something I could cover it with. Now, I could decide to go ahead and build a frame that I could do that with. I just don't know where my time is going to have to be spent yet. So this is a super easy way to do it. A lot of people can these tubs are readily available at all many big box stores. And so it's just a simple way to do it. Now we'll talk about, I'm going to go inside. It's a little warmer in my greenhouse. We'll talk about another way that we can do this. Now let me see, I think I have a video on this, but we'll talk it through, and I'll share that with you, another way to do winter sowing. Yes. Having the cover over the raised bed, I call those nursery beds, if I didn't mention that already. And nursery beds are beds that I dedicate to starting seeds in them. And then I can transplant once the seedlings get big enough to wherever I want them in the garden when they're big enough. And that helps me to not only keep track of how many, because if I seed directly in a bed, I will overseed, meaning I will plant way more seeds than plants I desire there. And also with dedicated nursery beds, I can add the protection I need to keep the birds out, to keep a close eye on them so that I can make sure they get to a certain height. When I throw them out in the garden, they're on their own. And that's why I overseed and plant way more seeds than I want of plants, because it's like the battle of the fittest out there. And whatever comes up and makes it, then that's good. I will a lot of times get way more plants doing that way than I want there, and I will divide them out and separate them and transplant them if I want them, pot them up to give away if, yeah, I get that many. So I do have a blog post on seeds I sow in fall, which includes now. It's December, but it's still fall because technically. And I will throw seeds out this time of year as well. So now another way that you can do winter sowing, if you don't want to do the hassle of cutting open the milk jugs or whatever, poking the holes in all of them, you can start them in small pots. I have several of these pots. I've had them for 15 years, used them over and over again. You can fill them with your potting soil, sow how many seeds you want. For this size pot, I would do 4. You can do more. You could oversow them as well if you want, but I typically don't want that many plants. So I'll do the 4, or if I want more, I'll do 6. But that way they have a little bit room to get going and get bigger before you need to transplant them out. But when I get a bunch of seeds or pots in there, I also use, these are the pots from Bootstrap Farmer. I absolutely love these. They've got a lot of space for the roots to grow. A lot of people ask because these are translucent. You can see light goes through them. I like because you can see how much rooting has gone on. But people ask me about light getting through and you get that green like algae in there. When they're together, close together in a tray, they're really not getting that much light, and I haven't had that much trouble with the algae. So anyways, when I would fill these with the soil, seed them, how many seeds I want to, and then I sink them into the soil of the nursery bed, and then I put the cover on it. So that's one way. But also these will be filled with the soil, seeded, the seeds planted in them, and then I'll put them in a container like this. And then I'll put the lid on it, and then I'll put it out in the garden. Yeah, and then that acts the same way as like the milk jugs or other things. Now, a lot of people will have you do it upside down, and you could do that. You could put the lid, down, put the pots all on top of the lid, put this on top, and then you can lift this off and check on them or whatever, and then the sun comes directly through. But you can also do it this way with the lid on top. This one has a white lid, it's opaque, but don't worry, they will get enough light and they'll get enough warmth. In fact, this way may be a little bit more prudent because you won't get too much direct sun on the container and have it heat up too much when it's coming through the side. In the winter, the sun's coming from the side. Then it will be less intense. But mine get covered with snow. So it's not until the spring that they really get some rays of sun on them, warm up enough to germinate, etc. Now, I have a blog post. I don't think I've done a video on it. I'll have to look on seeds that you can winter sow. Now, in the video I did about the mistakes you make, I say not to try or use summer plants. And I mean those that like the heat, like zinnias, tomatoes, and other plants like that, that like the soil warm to germinate. Winter sowing is focused on cool plants, cool flowers, cool like spinach and lettuces and whatever that like to germinate in the cooler temperatures. A lot of people did, when I said that in the one video, they said, oh yeah, it worked for me. But if you really calculate what happened, they were closer to spring, number one. Number two, they sowed a lot of seeds and only a few actually germinated. So if you want to do that and give it a try, fine. But if you want to maximize the germination of your seeds, you won't do it with those, and you'll just sow those later. You can do the same method, but it's not in the winter. And then you'll get a much better germination rate, and you'll have many more of those flowers. So really, if you're doing it in winter with the warm weather flowers, like the zinnias, zucchini, cucumber, and the vegetables like that, you will lose a lot. You will lose a lot of seeds. They won't germinate and what have you. So you're really wasting them, rather than just focusing on the cool weather plants to do this with, and then waiting, because there is no benefit to starting super early with your tomatoes, cucumbers, zinnias, because they can't go out in the garden until it really warms up. The soil warms up, and that takes a little bit longer than the air temperature. The soil temperature is even more important than the soil temperature is more important than the air temperature. So that is the winter sowing. The winter sowing method I'm going to do directly in the nursery bed this year. And then I don't think I'm going to do the milk jugs. I really focused this year on fall sowing, a lot of the seeds. I will do some indoor seeds, some in here, and go with that. Because last year I had so many seeds going that, I still have some in my bespoke greenhouse that I still haven't got it planted out that I winter sowed. There's some Rudbeckias in there, black-eyed Susans. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helps you with your winter sowing, and you can glean some extra information from those other videos and my blog post that I linked. And I will see you in my next video. And go on back and watch my video on the 20 plus flowers that reseed themselves, and they are very easy to start from seed. In fact, a lot of them you could winter sow, and then in subsequent, that's the word I'm looking for, years, they will reseed themselves, and that they're just the plants that keep on giving. So I'll see you next time.